Everybody keep talking about why Oprah Winfrey and Gail King don't take them wigs off and shit. Get their wigs to get their wigs together and talk about Harvey Weinstein. Fuck Harvey Weinstein. Fuck Charlie Rose and all these other motherfuckers they protecting. I got a better story that these toxic mammies can get they wigs together on. Natalie Woods, man. Now anybody need to make a surviving documentary on, it should be this lady right here, Natalie Woods. Now this lady have an interesting story that a lot of people not really down on. But this lady right here, this Natalie Woods character, she been involved with some of Hollywood's biggest names. And when I say involved, I mean that what I really mean involved. She was statutory raped by the king of child molestation, Elvis Presley. He was infatuated with her underwear. He wanted to sniff her underwear. He sniffed her underwear when she was a kid. That's just the beginning of it. Elvis Presley used to sniff her underwear. And you know why he wanted to sniff her underwear? Because she was too old for him. And she was only 17 at the time. 18, I think she was 18. Natalie Woods was too old. So he just wanted to sniff her underwear. She was too old. I'll sniff your crotch, but I'm damn sure I ain't gonna fuck you. You too old. She was 18. But Natalie Woods was first introduced to some wild shit. But she was introduced to some wild shit before then. Because Kirk Douglas told her mom, hey, he seen her on the set. He said, hey, I wanna date with your daughter. And her mom set the hotel room and all that up. And you know what the date was? Him taking her in the room and violently raping her for about 6-7 hours, where everybody can hear her in there screaming and hollering and crying for her life. I don't know what kind of date that is for a kid. That's one hell of a date. So if Oprah and her little sidekick Gail can get that story together, this is a beautiful love story. And y'all and guys, this is a beautiful love story, man. This is a beautiful love story. Elvis Presley sniffs her crotch. Kirk Douglasley, he violently rapes her until and I'm talking about violently rape her, beat her up and just rape the shit out of her. Not no go out on a date with this Me Too movement shit. Goes out on a date with them, or you don't get the part. And then 10 years later, you've been raped. You've been fucking them for about 5 years. Then you don't get the part, or you don't get the notoriety and stuff you want. Then somebody call you and say, hey, you want to make a couple of $100,000? Just say this guy raped me. No, not that. No, not no R. Kelly shit. When 30-year-old women in the room on their cell phones sitting down there listening to R. Kelly, when they could call the police, and they just sitting on their cell phones calling their family, calling their girlfriends, and they just sitting up in the room and fucking R. Kelly and his girlfriends. No, not no shit like that. Nope. Somebody take you to a hotel room set up by your crazy mom, and he goes in there. Kirk Douglas goes in there and violently rape her, and the mom tell her, "Shut the fuck up! Don't you want a career in Hollywood? Shut the fuck up! If y'all don't believe me, just go look up all the shit I'm telling you about, and everything I'm telling you will pop up. Just pop up this Google Elvis Presley, Natalie Woods, Kirk Douglas and Nelly Woods. And do you know how this beautiful love story with Nelly Woods? And she met Robert Wagner. Robert Wagner married her before, and they was young, and the marriage didn't work out. No, she's a young, beautiful Russian chick, immigrant Russian chick, beautiful. Women wasn't this stunningly beautiful. It wasn't too many beautiful women out there like this. It was a lot of them, but they wasn't accessible to everybody. Some people got them, but Robert Wagner said, "Hey, I want this one." But they divorced. He went on with his life. She went on with her life. But you know what? They got back together. But one thing he told her in their first marriage, if I can't have you, nobody else will. That's what he told her before. Just go ahead and Google all this shit, man. But that's neither here nor there. They got back together, got married, everything. They went out on the boat. They went out on the boat in 1981 with the King of New York, Christopher Walken, and they got into an argument. The last people seen them arguing, and that was the last time they seen her. He got drunk and threw her overboard. Everybody knows this, but you don't ever hear about this. Robert Wagner got drunk and threw his wife overboard. He didn't go to jail. He didn't go to jail for it. Y'all just Google it. The super mammies can get together and interview Robert Wagner if it was the old bastard still living. I'm quite sure he's still living somewhere. I never heard him dying. He probably still living. Ask Christopher Walken, King of New York. He's still living. Go ask him about this shit. He was there. He's seen it. He heard her say, "No, don't do it." Psh! Threw the bitch in the water. She was 43 years old at the time. But this lady lived a rough life. Some of it was self-inflicted, but you don't hear too much about it. All these it's thousands of these stories I could tell y'all about these devilish people, man. But this lady was thrown overboard, man. It's many ways to end a relationship besides throwing your wife overboard. I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that, but my black ass would be in jail right now if I would have did some shit like that. Okay, my wife, she bugging out. Oh no, I'm gonna throw this bitch out the window. Man, every time you get mad, these bitches get on your nerves. You know they gonna get on your nerves. But only a certain type of people can get away with wild shit like this, throwing your wife out windows and throwing them overboard. But Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King Kong with that wig on, they ain't gonna make none of these stories up, man. But y'all check out Nelly Woods, man. She's a beautiful woman, man. The woman was drop dead gorgeous. Well, you may not be into Becky the Stallion. But if you into Becky the Stallion, this is a Becky the Stallion you get with. It's a beautiful Russian chick, man. Hit that thumbs up, support the channel, man.